Hello friend, good morning once again. In this slide we are going to study the kind of novel. It is known as Bildungsroman, not buildings but Bildungsroman. So what is a Bildungsroman? Bildungsroman is a genre in which the plot revolves around the psychological and moral growth of the protagonist from youth to adulthood. What is this? Is a psychological novel. Sorry, it is a novel which present psychological and moral growth of the character or a protagonist or a hero from his youth to the adulthood. Means this novel building romance is a building a character. It is the journey of the character from the youth to the adulthood. It is also known as the novel of education or the novel of formation. See, the same name is given means that protagonist is learning something in his life from the youth to the adulthood, so that it is a novel of education or it is a novel of formation means that protagonist form his character by taking so many experiences from his youth to the adulthood, and is a type of the coming of age story. This term coined by the philologist Karl Morgenstern Karl Morgenstern in 1819. The German term Bildungsromans literally translates as formation novel. Literally translates as formation novel. Features of a Bildungsroman. What are the features of Bildungsroman? The Bildungsroman narrates the story of the development of a sensitive person who goes in search of the meaning of life and of his place in society. What is the first feature? The Bildungsroman narrates the story of the development of a sensitive person, means a character, a hero, who goes in search of the meaning of life and of his place in society. He tries to take his place in the society and tries to get meaning from the life. He wants to do something good in his life. So that is known as a Bildungsromans. The second feature, a Bildungsroman generally begins with an emotional loss. कशी सुरू होते? Emotional loss which compels the protagonist to set off on his journey. Means he might have lost his parents, he might have lost something, he is now alone and he started his own life on his own way. The protagonist faces several hurdles and failures. Hurdles means difficulties and failures along the way, and is often shown in conflict with the values of society. Means he is a revolutionary, and that's why what are the values given by the society, he most of the times try to oppose it. So there is a conflict with him in the society. Eventually and very gradually, the protagonist transforms from an inexperienced person to an emotionally mature individual. In the end, the protagonist accepts the values of society and is accepted into society. So this is a building romance. So these are the features of building romance. What are the features we have seen here? So we have to see the example of this novel. See, this genre could be said to have evolved from folk tales in which a simple young man goes out into the world to seek his fortune. A simple man goes into the world to seek his fortune. So it comes from the folk tales, but Bildungsromans, this kind of novel. As a literary genre means a type. A literary genre, as a literary genre, the Bildungsroman came into being with the publication of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's Wilhelm Apprenticeship. Wilhelm Apprenticeship. This German novel had a great impact upon Europe and the rest of the world. and Goethe's translated work inspired several authors who began to write novels that trace the evaluation of the protagonist. So, what is this? This novel, this genre, this type of novel come from folk tales. Folk tales म्हणजे कथनातून, आपण काय लोककथनातून, folk tales, बरोबर. So it first used by Goethe, a French writer. सॉरी अ जर्मन रायटर गथे. कोण वापरली ही? गथेनं. आणि कोणती नॉव्हेल होती गथेची? विल्हेम मिस्टर्स अप्रेंटिसशिप. ती पहिली नॉव्हेल होती. कुठली? बिल्डंग्सरोमन. आणि त्याच्यात ते सर्व प्रकारचे कॅरेक्टर, फॉर एक्झाम्पल अ पर्सन हु लॉस्ट, इमोशनल लॉस्ट, who started his journey, and in his journey he learned so many things. He is a boy, not a person, and lastly he took the so many experiences and become a mature person. So he become a educated one, he become a moral one, he become a perfect one. That's why it is a Bildungsroman. See, it is a Bildungsroman. Other example of this novel are Tom Jones by Henry Fielding, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Great Expectation by Charles Dickens, The Catherine the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and The Kite Runner by Khalid Hussein. These are the example of Bildungsroman. Another type of this Bildungsroman is also Kunstlerroman, and Kunstlerroman is a variation of this novel. A variation of the Bildungsroman is the Kunstlerroman. This is a novel of artist or artist's novel which traces the development of an artist or a writer. पहिलं काय होतं? ट्रेसेस अ डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ अ कॉमन मॅन. इथे काय फक्त आर्टिस्ट किंवा एनी रायटर. अ डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ आर्टिस्ट from his childhood to the adulthood. Charles Dickens' David Copperfield is an example. James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, is also one of the great example of Kunstlerroman. Thank you. Have a good day.